A specter is haunting the internet. The specter of trans people existing.
All the reactionary powers of the internet have entered into a holy alliance to exorcise this specter. Tumblr TERFs and 4chan incels, VTuber lolicon fans and puritanical moral crusaders, Sigma Bale TikTok zoomers, and Facebook browsing boomers. Their goal? To prevent the fall of Western civilization. But how does trans people existing affect literally anybody? Let me explain. Transgenderism is the sole cause of every single evil known to man. When the walls of Constantinople fell, it was not because of Ottoman bombars, but because of a small balloon shark thrown by a snowy motor. I mean, who do you think destroyed the great empires of South America? Smallpox? Don't be stupid. It was Lane from Lane-pilled Transfem, destroying them because they had Mayan iPhone. You see, trans people are the cause of school shooting. You see, Joseph Stalin's dying at a Q-angle ridge is that of a trans people were invented on the island of Patmos by Yakuza. George Soros by STM. Stop. You see what just happened there? Vitriolic hatred of trans people with borderline schizophrenic justifications. This is called Transgender Derangement Syndrome. Transgender Derangement Syndrome, or TDS, is a new psychological affliction where the patient will spend hours a day indulging in self-satisfying transphobic tirades. Symptoms include everything relating to transgenderism somehow. Always just bringing up suicide rates of a population as an epic own, being perpetual victims of the transgender minority, always wanting to question or debate trans people's existence, and notably, an inability to feel shame. And warning signs of TDS include anime or crusader profile pictures, saying Deus Vult completely unironically, or hell, even ironically. Seriously, what are you doing? Excessive 4chan browsing, watching VTubers, and having more than 1,000 hours in a Paradox game. Now, there's a fine line between just regular reactionary transphobia and transgender derangement syndrome. If you say something transphobic, you're generally on the same level as most cis people, but when your entire worldview revolves around the trans minority, then you have TDS. If you have more than 5 trans wojaks saved to your phone, you absolutely have TDS. You're far gone, buddy. This doesn't count for self-hating trans femmes who save them to go like, oh my god, they're literally me too. That doesn't count. That's an anomaly. If you can't argue a political point without connecting it to trans people existing, you have TDS. If you proudly celebrate transgender suicide rates as some sort of victory for your worldview, you have TDS, but also you're just a piece of shit. You see, what it really comes down to is this. Each person has a range of what they consider acceptable behavior. Depending on how reactionary you are, this range can become smaller. Sometimes people fall outside of that range, but from that point on, you are characterized as the other. This is mainly just done through dehumanizing and characterizing. No longer is the person you're dealing with a person just as human as you, but simply a word. Trainee, troon, groomer, anything is justified against them. Nobody cares about the feelings of a word. It's as simple as that. So while we await the impending US transgender genocide, let's all have a laugh at the obsessed weirdos who give transphobic reactionary grifters a job. TERFs are the most divorced 40-somethings on the planet. They are born like maggots in the festering corpse known as the United Kingdom. People jokingly refer to the UK as TERF Island because not only does it house her, but also because the entire political system is obsessed with hating trans people. Our country's currency is collapsing, 3 prime ministers in a year. Oh dear heavens, this must be because of those trans people. I'm telling you, if their kids called them, the entire TERF movement would implode overnight. And they just have the biggest white women victim complex. The worst part is they're not even good posters. They just state their opinions as infallible facts with their smug twee UK humor and impact font memes. They make their fucking memes during Jeremy Kyle ad breaks. They aren't even funny posters, they're just fervently obsessed. Every transphobic image macro comes from 4chan. You know that misleading screenshot of a news headline? That's 4chan. You know the psyops done to make the LGBT look bad? Trans age, pedophilia as a sexuality? Or those are literally just 4chan psyops. You will not find a place more dedicated to seething about trans women 24/7. All of those funny wojaks from memes. Do you guys know memes? Yeah, they come from there. It doesn't matter what board you're on, the derangement has spread to everywhere. It's physically impossible to talk about, like, video games or something without some deranged loser coming in and blaming trans people for cucking and snoying their favorite video games. This is transphobia ground zero, where 4chan slowly poisons the rest of the internet with its shitty macros until you see, you know, your Facebook uncle post a meme from 4chan. Do not go here ever if you value your sanity, I'm begging you. It's the worst place on the internet. Have you ever seen a Roman statue avatar post something that just radiates Hitler particles? Like, they aren't doing Nazi salutes, but Adolf Hitler would probably give a big thumbs up. They come from the 2016 era grifting where you debate wash yourself. You see, you're not spitting racism and xenophobia, you're just asking questions. You see, Europa Populist is just trying to have an intellectual conversation about why immigrants are the sole cause of every single evil. I mean, if you oppose such a thing, you just hate free speech and discourse. I mean, freedom of speech means the ability to spew vile hatred without consequence. And unlike 4chan incels, they're trying to appear credible and intelligent as they recite their fascist dog whistles. They adopt the mindset of the Crusaders, who are most likely their profile picture. Their holy texts are unsourced 4chan image macros. It is by the will of God that they must comment transphobic memes on anything LGBT related. You see, God wills me to tell someone to 41%. You see, our God is a God of love and mercy.
I love little girls, they make me feel so good.
If you didn't notice it, VTuber fans are at war with trans people. Didn't notice? I don't blame you. It's been mainly contained to the most pathetic corners of the internet. The cause? Some anime VTuber retired and they blame trans people. These people are very normal and well-adjusted. If you spend all your rent money so an anime woman says your name, that's just a pretty good sign you're a well-adjusted person. I mean, if you look at any of these weirdos' profiles, there's a 50-50 chance you'll see femboy porn or child porn. I mean, lolly art. You see, it's a fictional child instead of a real one that I'm sexualizing, so it's fine now. Thankfully, like all internet nerd rage, it burns bright and fast. By the time I write this, their seething has subsided, but it's still pretty funny that pedophiles declared war on trans women because they were groomers. In the internet age of pure spectacle, there is no understanding of people truly existing. They are merely faces on the screen, their own reality meaningless. So it's easy to understand why people become edgy. I was 14 once, I used to browse 4chan, so I understand why you hop on TikTok and say you're a Sigma male. I understand why you meat ride over Andrew Tate and the like. I just wish you'd stop commenting L on anything LGBT related, but you can't really blame them. Their worldviews are shaped by algorithms beyond their understanding. All the world can offer them is spectacle, and spectacle they shall get.
How does anyone find that funny? I mean, seriously.
Remember when things were good? Not for African Americans, people of color, women, or the entire LGBT community, but it was good for white dudes named Tanner. See, something must have changed. They'll never outright say what changed because that would make them look racist, homophobic, or misogynist. They will just do anything for their idealized version of the past. So the trans person, on the mere basis of existing during these quote-unquote glory days, are wrong. They will have their words given to them by the talking heads on TV or Facebook. This type of transphobe will simply state there are only two genders, with the divine right of I grew up with it. The past is law and never changing. They're hitting the twilight of their life, and all that they have is memories, so they cling to them as the world around them changes beyond recognition. Yeah, I don't know why I went so deep on this. Right there. I'm selling prototype money on my Patreon. Please subscribe, like my videos. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. This is